The gunshot sounded like the sky cracking open. 4 sharp bangs. Too fast. Too close. The homeless woman didn't think. She didn't scream. She didn't run. She stepped forward. The bullets hit her back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Her body slammed into the small boy, knocking him down as her blood sprayed across the black car behind them. She felt fire rip through her chest, her side, her shoulder. Her legs gave out. The world tilted. The boy screamed. Men shouted in Korean. Someone yelled, "Boss." She fell to her knees, gasping, choking on blood, her hands shaking as she tried to stay awake. The last thing she saw before the darkness rushed in was a tall man in a dark suit staring at her like she had just destroyed his world. And what he did next would change all of their lives forever. But first, tell me this. Where are you watching from right now? And if you feel your heart racing already, tap that subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of this story. Because this didn't start with bullets. It started with a woman who had nothing left. Her name was not known on the streets. People just called her the foreign woman. She slept under broken docks near the water, wrapped in old cardboard and thin blankets that smelled like salt and rust. She was thin, quiet, and always watched the world like she was waiting for it to hurt her again. Her real name didn't matter anymore. She hadn't used it in a long time. Every morning, she woke before the sun. Not because she wanted to, but because the cold water wind from the harbor cut through her bones. She washed her face in public bathrooms, tied her hair back with a torn string, and spent her days walking. Walking helped keep the memories away. She had come to Korea to disappear. No family. No friends. No past she wanted to remember. She avoided people. Avoided trouble. Avoided eye contact. But trouble found her anyway. That night, the docks were louder than usual. Engines growled. Men shouted. Cars moved fast, headlights cutting through the fog. She knew better than to stay, but her feet were tired, and the ache in her chest was worse than normal. She sat on a broken crate near the road, hugging her knees, waiting for the noise to pass. That's when she saw the boy. He was small, maybe 8. Clean clothes. Too clean for this place. He stepped out of a black car, holding a paper bag with a cartoon on it. He looked bored, kicking a stone across the pavement. She noticed the red dot first. A tiny red light appeared on the boy's forehead. Her heart stopped. She knew that dot. You don't forget things like that. She scanned the shadows. Then she saw the glint. A gun barrel. Time slowed. The men around the car were distracted, talking loudly, laughing. None of them saw it. None of them saw the danger creeping closer, hiding in silence. The boy turned his head. The red dot slid down his face. She stood up. Her body moved before her mind did. Before fear. Before thought. Before reason. She ran. Someone shouted. The shooter fired. And she stepped in front of death. Now she was on the ground. Bleeding. Dying. Her lungs burned as she dragged air in and out. Her vision blurred. She tasted metal. The man in the suit reached her side. His hands were steady, but his eyes were not. Why? He demanded in English, his voice sharp and broken at the same time. Why would you do that? She tried to speak. Blood bubbled at her lips. The boy, she whispered. Please, check the boy. The man froze. For the first time in his life, Kang Dae-hyun did not know what to do. He was feared across the city. Men bowed when he entered rooms. Enemies vanished when they crossed him. He ran an empire built on control and blood. And yet, here he was, kneeling in the dirt, holding a dying homeless woman who had just taken 4 bullets meant for his son. She's bleeding out, someone yelled. Get a car, another shouted. Dae-hyun lifted her carefully, like she might break in his hands. Stay with me, he said, his voice low and commanding. You don't get to die. Not like this. Her eyes fluttered. She smiled. A small, tired smile. Yes, I failed at disappearing, she whispered. Then she went still. The sirens came fast. Too fast for someone who should already be dead. Doctors worked for hours. 4 bullets. Severe blood loss. Internal damage that should have ended her life twice over. But she held on. Barely. When she woke up, the room didn't make sense. White walls, soft light, machines humming gently, curtains that looked expensive enough to buy a house. This wasn't a hospital room. This was something else. She tried to move. Pain exploded through her body. "She's awake," a calm voice said in English. She turned her head. A woman in medical scrubs stood nearby, checking monitors. "Where am I?" she croaked. "A private medical suite," the nurse replied. "You've been unconscious for 3 days." 3 days. The door opened, and the man from the docks walked in. Still in a dark suit. Still calm. Still dangerous. But now there was something else in his eyes. Something heavy. "My name is Kang Dae-hyun," he said. "And you saved my son's life." Her throat tightened. "The boy?" "He's alive," he said softly. "Because of you." She closed her eyes. For the first time in years, tears slipped down her face. "I didn't plan to," she whispered. "I just moved." Dae-hyun pulled a chair close and sat down slowly. "That," he said, "is what scares me." She frowned. "Scares you?" "In my world," he continued, "no one does anything without a reason, without payment, without fear." He leaned forward, his voice dropping. "You expected nothing, and you still chose to die for my child." She laughed weakly. "Guess that makes me stupid." "No," he said firmly. "It makes you dangerous." She looked at him, confused. "You don't even know who I am," she said. He reached into his pocket and placed something on the table beside her bed. An old worn card. An expired medical ID. Her face stared back at her from the plastic. She froze. "You were trained to save lives," he said. "Even after the world broke you." Her hands trembled. "How did you get that?" she whispered. "We found it in your jacket," he replied. "Along with scars that tell a story you're trying to bury." Silence filled the room. Outside, guards moved. Doors locked. Weapons clicked softly. Dae-hyun stood. "Rest," he said. "We will talk again." He paused at the door. "But understand this," he added without turning back. "The people who tried to kill my son now know about you." Her blood ran cold. "What does that mean?" His voice was calm. "It means you are no longer invisible." And somewhere in the city, men were already asking one dangerous question. Who was the woman who took 4 bullets and lived? And why did the most powerful man in Seoul suddenly care if she survived? The story does not end here. She learned the truth at 3:17 a.m. Not from Kang Dae-hyun. Not from the doctors. Not from the guards standing outside her door like statues. She learned it from the scream. A sharp, broken scream tore through the quiet hall, followed by heavy footsteps and the hard click of guns being pulled from holsters. Lights snapped on. Voices exploded in Korean. Someone yelled her room number. Her heart slammed against her ribs. "They found me." She tried to sit up. Pain crushed her chest and dragged her back into the bed. Her breath came fast, shallow. The machines beside her began to beep faster, louder, like they were panicking with her. The door burst open. 2 guards rushed in, guns raised. Behind them came Kang Dae-hyun, calm as ice, eyes already scanning every corner. "Lock it down," he said. A guard spoke fast. One of the night nurses. Throat slit. No alarm. The words hit her harder than the bullets ever did. "Someone died because of me." She turned her head slowly toward Dae-hyun. "They were coming for the boy." "No," he said. "They were coming for you." The room felt smaller. Tighter. She swallowed. "I'm just a nobody." Dae-hyun looked at her for a long moment. Then he said something that made her blood run cold. "No one shoots 4 bullets at a nobody." Silence fell heavy. He motioned for the guards to leave. When they did, he pulled the chair closer again and sat like this was a normal talk between 2 people who had not just watched death walk through the hallway. "You moved like someone trained," he said. "You saw the scope before my men did. You didn't freeze." She stared at the ceiling. "I told you. I used to help people." He shook his head. "No. You used to work in places where hesitation gets children killed." Her fingers curled into the sheets. She hadn't heard words like that in years. "You were military medical," he continued. "Special unit. Outside Korea. Records are sealed but not erased. Her chest tightened. You ran missions, he said. You patched soldiers under fire. You made choices no one should have to make. She laughed softly, bitter. You sound like you read a file. I did, he replied. After you woke up. She turned to him, anger flashing through the pain. You had no right. I had every right, he said calmly. You bled for my son. That makes you my responsibility. She hated how steady he sounded. How certain. What do you want from me? She asked. For now. He leaned back. To keep you alive. She closed her eyes. That was the problem. She didn't want that anymore. Later that morning the boy came. They didn't warn her. He slipped in quietly, holding a small paper crane in his hand. His hair was neatly combed. His eyes were big and dark and afraid. She felt her throat close. He stopped at the foot of her bed. I'm sorry, he said in English, bowing a little awkwardly. She blinked. Sorry for what? For making you get shot, he whispered. Her heart cracked. She reached out slowly, careful of the pain, and held the crane between her fingers. You didn't do anything wrong. He looked up. Dad says you're very brave. She smiled. Your dad says many things. The boy smiled too, then frowned. Are you going to die? She didn't know how to answer that. Before she could, the door opened again. Daehyun stepped in, his face hard when he saw his son so close to her bed. Jiwon, he said sharply. Come. The boy hesitated. She saved me. I know, Daehyun said. That's why you must listen to me. Jiwon placed the crane on her bed and ran to his father. When they left, she stared at the paper bird. It was folded from hospital pamphlet paper. She didn't cry. That came later. That night, she dreamed of sand and sirens and screaming voices calling her name in a language she tried to forget. She woke up shaking, soaked in sweat, a scream stuck in her throat. Someone was sitting in the dark. She reached for the call button. Don't, Daehyun said softly. Her heart jumped. You enjoy sneaking up on people? I enjoy knowing when they're afraid, he replied. It tells me the truth. She exhaled slowly. Then here's the truth. I don't want to be part of your world. You already are, he said. He stood and walked to the window. The men who tried to kill my son are not amateurs. They belong to a rival group. One that believes blood should be answered with blood. She frowned. Then why am I still alive? Because killing you would make you a symbol, he said. And symbols inspire chaos. He turned to her. But keeping you alive makes you bait. Her stomach dropped. You're using me. Yes, he said honestly. And protecting you at the same time. She laughed, sharp and humorless. You're insane. Probably, he said. But I am also right. Before she could respond, an explosion shook the building. The lights flickered. Glass shattered somewhere below. Alarm screamed. Daehyun's phone buzzed. He answered, listening silently, his face turning dark. They found the safe house, he said. Her pulse roared in her ears. What safe house? This one. The door slammed open. A guard stumbled in, blood pouring from his arm. Boss, they're inside. Gunfire cracked down the hall. Daehyun moved fast, grabbing her bed and pushing it toward a hidden panel in the wall. What are you doing? She gasped. Saving an asset, he replied, pressing a button. The wall slid open, revealing a narrow escape corridor. She grabbed his sleeve. What about your son? His jaw tightened. He's already gone. The sound of footsteps rushed closer. Shadows flickered under the door. Daehyun leaned down, his face inches from hers. Stay alive, he said. Because if they get you... The door exploded inward. Gunfire filled the room. And the lights went out. The darkness didn't last long. Emergency lights snapped on, bathing the room in red. Smoke filled the air. The smell of burned metal and gunpowder clawed at her lungs. Shots echoed again. Closer. Too close. Daehyun shoved the bed into the hidden corridor just as bullets tore through the wall where her head had been seconds before. Sparks flew. Glass rained down. Go, he ordered. I can't walk, she shouted back, panic cutting through the pain. Then you crawl, he said. No anger. No fear. Just truth. He slammed the panel shut as men stormed the room, their boots pounding like drums of death. The walls sealed with a heavy thud, blocking out the chaos. But not the sound. Gunfire. Shouting. Someone screaming. The corridor was narrow and cold. She dragged herself forward with her arms, each movement sending knives through her body. Blood soaked her hospital gown again, warm and sticky. I survived 4 bullets. Not like this. Not in a hole. The passage sloped downward. Dim lights flickered above her, like they might give up any second. She focused on breathing. Pull. Drag. Breathe. Then the lights died. She froze. Total darkness. Her chest tightened. Old memories rushed in. Dark rooms. Screams. The smell of fear. No, she whispered. Not now. A sound came from behind her. A soft click. Metal on metal. Someone was opening the panel. They found the tunnel. She pushed harder, ignoring the pain, her hands slipping on the smooth floor. The sound grew louder. Voices whispered in Korean. Come. Confident. Hunters. A gunshot blasted behind her. The bullet ricocheted, screaming past her ear. She cried out, flattening herself as another shot cracked, then another. Then suddenly silence. Too sudden. Footsteps faded. Her ears rang as she lay there, shaking. Minutes passed. Maybe more. She didn't move until her arms went numb. Finally, a faint light appeared ahead. An exit. She pulled herself through and collapsed onto cold concrete. A parking garage. Empty. Quiet. Cars sitting like sleeping animals. She laughed weakly. Still alive. That's when a van engine started. Her heart stopped. Headlights snapped on, blinding her. The van rolled forward slowly like it was tasting the moment. The side door slid open. A man stepped out. Tall. Scar across his cheek. Calm smile that didn't reach his eyes. Well, he said in English, you are harder to kill than we expected. She tried to move. Her body refused. Relax, he said, raising a hand. If we wanted you dead, you would be. He crouched in front of her. My boss would like to meet you. I'm not interested, she rasped. He chuckled. You don't get to choose. Before she could react, something sharp jabbed into her neck. The world tilted, faded. When she woke again, her hands were tied. She sat in a chair in a wide, empty room. Concrete walls. Single light bulb swinging above her. Blood crusted on her gown. Her head throbbed. The man with the scar stood nearby, talking on the phone in Korean. Yes, he said. She's awake. He ended the call and smiled. You caused a lot of trouble tonight. Good, she said. He laughed. Do you know why we didn't kill you? She stayed silent. Because my boss is curious, he continued. People don't throw themselves in front of bullets for strangers. She lifted her chin. Some do. He leaned in close. No, soldiers do. Her jaw tightened. Your past caught up with you, he whispered. And now it's time to finish what you ran from. The door behind them opened. Heavy footsteps entered the room. She turned her head and felt her breath leave her body. Standing there was someone she never thought she would see again. Someone who was supposed to be dead. Someone who knew her real name. The light flickered, and they smiled at her. She froze. The face before her was unmistakable. Jinsu. Her brother, or at least the brother everyone thought had died 5 years ago. The same brother she had spent years searching for in dark alleyways and forgotten shelters. And now here he was, standing in the flickering light, looking more dangerous than she remembered. Why are you here? She croaked, pain and disbelief twisting in her chest. Jinsu's eyes softened for the briefest moment, then hardened. Because they want you dead. And I couldn't let that happen. Not again. Her mind reeled. She had survived bullets, betrayal, and every night spent alone wondering if the world had forgotten her. But nothing had prepared her for this reunion. The man with the scar behind her, the one who had haunted her since the hospital, stepped forward. You two know each other? He asked, a shadow of doubt crossing his features. Jinsu didn't answer immediately. He moved beside her, almost protective. Even in chains of circumstance neither of them could escape. Yes, he said finally. And now we need to get out of here. They won't stop until they've finished what they started. The tension in the room was suffocating. Outside, the city thrummed with life, unaware of the violence lurking in its shadows. Every second she hesitated was a second closer to death. But trust wasn't easy. Trust had been ripped from her years ago. "Why should I trust you?" she demanded. "Because," Jinsu said softly, "I'm the only one who knows what they'll do next, and I've got a plan. But you have to follow me, no questions." The man with the scar raised an eyebrow. "You think you can escape me?" Jinsu's gaze snapped toward him. "Try me." Suddenly, the silence shattered with the sound of tires screeching outside. The entire building shook with the roar of engines. Reinforcements. Too many to fight head-on. They didn't have a choice. With a swift, practiced motion, Jinsu reached for her hand, gripping it tight. "On my mark," he whispered. The first explosion rocked the room. Concrete dust rained down, choking and blinding them. Bullets whizzed past, shattering the single bulb overhead. "Now!" Jinsu shouted. They dove together into the shadows, weaving through debris as gunfire tore the air around them. She felt the familiar sting of adrenaline mixed with fear and something else, something she hadn't allowed herself to feel in years: hope. Outside, the night was chaotic. Sirens wailed, engines roared, and the streets were a blur of movement. Jinsu led her through back alleys, over fences, through narrow gaps she never would have noticed on her own. He knew the city like it was carved into his soul. Finally, they stopped in a deserted park. Panting, bleeding, bruised but alive. For the first time that night, she allowed herself to collapse against him. "You did it," she whispered. "We did it," he corrected, brushing the blood from her hair. She looked up at him. "What? Why risk everything for me?" Jinsu's eyes were dark, haunted. "Because family doesn't leave each other behind. And because someone has to make sure the people who hurt us pay." For the first time in years, tears rolled down her cheeks. Not from pain, not from fear, but from relief. From being seen. From being saved, not just physically but emotionally, in a world that had long forgotten her worth. Behind them, the city glimmered with lights, oblivious to the battle that had just unfolded. And in that moment, despite the blood, despite the bullets, despite the chaos, she realized something. Survival wasn't just about escaping death. It was about reclaiming life. She looked at Jinsu, at the man who had returned from the dead, at the bond that had never truly broken. And for the first time, she allowed herself to believe in a future where they could finally be free. Then she heard it, a faint, almost imperceptible click from the shadows behind them. And she knew deep down that even after everything, the danger was far from over. But this time she wasn't alone. This time they would fight together. The night stretched ahead, dark but not empty. And for the first time she felt ready to face it. The storm wasn't over, but they were ready. And that was enough. The end.